Hey, and welcome back to Jackie's Garden Spot. I am Jackie, growing food in Zone 8B, Alabama, where I share real results, real timing, and real lessons from my garden. On today, we're going to do some up potting. We're also going to do some updates on our seedlings, our strawberries that we planted out together, as well as those Dixondale onions. Come on, y'all, and let's get started. Garden family, these are the seedlings that we're going to up pot today. And this is the Isis Candy tomatoes, and as you can see, they are ready to be up potted. Um, some of the root system we can see coming out of this area. So yeah, we're gonna up pot these, and then these are the dwarf tomatoes here. And let's see what these are, the orange hat. They look fine. I'm gonna check the root system and see though, but I think that they need to be up potted as well, but we will check and see. We're gonna start though with the Isis Candy and up pot those. So let's start with the Isis Candy. Let me get the pots and the soil, and then we will go ahead and start to up pot that Isis Candy tomato. As you can see, I did go ahead and add some amendments like some fertilizer to that soil. So those fertilizers will already be in there. Once these Isis Candy take on off and start to grow, then they will get that fertilizer or those needed nutrients accessible through the root system. Nice root system. So they were ready to be up potted. Can you see that? Very good root system. And I'm just gonna put it down in there, put the soil over, and I'm gonna plant them as deep as possible inside of this pot. And that's one that's planted in and ready to go. So that gave that root system enough room to spread out and grow. And I'm gonna do one more. I'm just putting a little soil at the bottom to anchor it in. I'm gonna pop this one out from the bottom here. And again, as you can see, all of those are good pots because all of those root systems are anchored going downward. They're not trying to swirl around into a knot for it. So that lets you know that that's a good root system. And again, I'm just covering it up without disturbing that root system so that they can keep growing on their merry way. Giving it just enough room to spread out some more and grow along. And I'm going to take this one off because as you can see, that leaf was turning colors. So I'm going to keep going and I'll show you my end results for these Isis Candy as I finish. We have everything up potted. It's already looking very good, and they have room to spread out and grow. Once those roots take off in that new soil, along with that fertilizer that's already mixed in the soil, these Isis candy tomatoes should do perfect in the garden. So let's do a little inspection and see what's left here that may need to be up potted today. I don't know. I'm just looking at all of the seedlings just to see, guys. So let's start with this um, orange hat tomato. It looks like it's doing beautiful in here. And look at that, guys. They're already blooming out and everything. So I'm going to leave this. I think that those are fine. And then let's look at this one. This is, what is this one? This is the dwarf Bundaberg Rumball. These two are, and they look like they're doing fine. They look like they do have enough room before we have to up pot those out into the garden. So I'm trying, my vision is not to try to up pot everything, but just up pot what's needed right now, say immediately, because within the next week, we will be planning out into the garden and into the garden boxes, the grow boxes, the green stalks and everything, the grow bags, all of that that's here on the property of the garden spot. And so in the back we have the dwarf sleeping lady, and let's turn that around so that you can see those. I don't think that they need to be up potted either. Look at that. They are beautiful. They are beautiful. So I'm just not gonna up pot those either. And then let's go on over to see what else we have here. We have our tiny Tims here. They look to be fine, and they'll be okay until we are ready to plant out, I think. Look at that. Back here is, these two are tiny Tims here. The two in the back are different. This is a dwarf extreme bush. That's that one. And then this one is a tiny Tim. So we have one that's different, and as you can see, there's a difference in the height. See that? That dwarf extreme bush is a little bit taller than the tiny Tims are in that spine. And then behind that is the dwarf Bundaberg Rumball. All of these are the dwarf Bundaberg Rumball. And I am just so amazed at how healthy they look. See that? So I think that these dwarf ones will do fine in the 4 cell trays until we are ready to plant out. This is the orange hat here, and they're already blooming. Already blooming. See that? And then we have some Shasta daisies, and they'll do fine until they're ready to plant out too. So again, I think that for at least this week and part of next week, they will do fine just where they are. I've just watered them, so they will do fine just like that. So I'm not going to up pot those. And then let's move over to one of the grow boxes that I wanted to show you all since we last met up with each other. So let's go there, and I'm going to show you that and show you my plans for that grow box for this coming season. And as you can see, we have the lettuce here. We have those little tiny carrots there. They are looking very good. And then we have some more lettuce in this area. And that looks like some volunteer tomatoes there. I think that's coming up. I'm going to leave them and just see what happens. We have another lettuce, romaine, coming up here and here. And then I don't know what this is. I'm thinking that this is an echinacea that's starting coming up, and it's a volunteer as well. And then we have some more lettuce in here. We have some celery there, and then our green onions are here. So with just looking at what we have in there, I think I'm going to come in and just put some of those tomatoes that we just got through talking about, plop them in the empty spaces here, like say in here, and maybe one in this area, um, just to see if this could just be a whole salad grow box here for us for the springtime. And I think that that'll be beautiful, just to have one or two, maybe three of the miniature tomatoes in this area. What do you think, guys? Let me know from the comments. What do you think should go into this grow box? And then I may even add some marigold flowers just to add more color, pops of color into this grow box. But let me know, what do you think? What do you think about all of that? It has been a minute since we talked about these Dixondale onions, but I did want to give you an update on those. I had to cover them up the other night because we had an unexpected little freeze to come in, and I think that they did fairly well with that freeze that came through. I see that I did not lose any, but I am coming back through today and fertilize them. I think I'm going to use some of that 2020. That's a power pack fertilizer that I'm going to come through here and fertilize them with today, and hopefully give them more of a jump start with growing. And once they begin to bub up some more, then I'll come back in and hit them with some bloom fertilizer to help that growth along. So that's where we are with our um, Dixondale onions here. Just wanted to give you that update. And then the other update is on this calendula and the strawberry that we started. Remember that we planted that out together. I came back in and intertwined some onions in there for pest control as a part of companion planting. As you can see right there, I intertwined some onions here and there and everywhere about in there. I'm going to add a little bit more onions in there too to deter those pests, because we can get a lot of pest pressure here. And then look at those strawberries already coming through, guys. So yeah, it seems to be doing well. I'm going to also fertilize this area together, and look at this calendula getting ready to bloom out. Can you see that? Yeah. So it's looking good. Everything is looking good. And then remember this broccoli. I don't know if this broccoli is going to make it or not. I'm just going to fertilize it today and we'll see what happens from there. But it may be already getting too hot for our broccoli here. We are already getting in the 80-degree mark here in zone 8B, Alabama. Can you believe that? Just something else here about this southern heat, this southern heat. So yeah, so that's where we are as far as the garden update. As always, I appreciate all that you continue to do for the channel. I appreciate you coming in, and digging me on this episode of Jackie's Garden Spot. I look forward to sewing you again later. And until the next episode, be well and be blessed. Bye bye.